Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's time for some more natural selection 2. On this beautiful Saturday afternoon, we've got another Division 1 matchup. This is the real deal, folks. And we're going live. Player introductions to follow. We've got Pell-Mell starting as Marines in control versus Seize and Decyst spawning in sub. What is this crazy coloring on this Marine's health bar? Commanding for Pell-Mell is Sylvester, fielding Ardino, Pulse, Crazy Cat, A2K, and YSO. Commanding for Seize and Decyst, the one and only Phone. We've got a gorge tunnel erected in nanogrid. Both marine naturals are up. Dino has flushed out the vent from skylights to overlook. But it looks like we missed an engagement here in Logi, or in topographical, excuse me. That's a different map. Alite and Yipsy are they want to go in on Crazy Cat here, but Crazy Cat using maximum distance to his advantage. Very good pistol accuracy as well. I believe YSO will continue on his way through Y Junction and attempt to decyst cargo, but Alite and Yipsy are very quick to respond to that one Marine. We've got Armor 1 complete at 1 minute and 34 seconds in. We've got Marines contained to Topo still. Pell-Mell has broken through Topo, and they're heading straight for Nano. They know there are respawners who will be coming through this tunnel, but we've got another pressure team moving in on the Hive behind these skulks moving through the tunnel. Will they be able to take out this gorge tunnel? I don't know. Quite a few skulks survived that engagement in Nano. Dino and Crazy are going to have to back out of here. Seize and Decyst are determined. They want to clear these Marines. Very nice clear. Seize and Decyst are still holding on to Nano as well as cargo, putting them up to 4 harvesters. Pell-Mell is on 4 extractors for the time being, but it looks like Overlook will go down. The power in Topo is very low. I don't think Yipsy will be able to finish it though. Yipsy going down to Pulse. And Eddie maximizing DPS on that extractor with his babblers. Very solid move. We have cysts extending into nanogrid should the tunnel be destroyed or relocated. A2K is moving into C12. Looks like the Marines are going to try to cap the right side of the map right now, starting with C12. And Alite goes down in West Junction to Crazy Cat. So Weapons 1 is about 50% complete. There are 2 spurs on the field for Seize and Decyst. And one of these lurks is extremely low. Tayarerere. I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know who that is either. So yeah, Phone commanding for Seize and Decyst. We've got Ty, we've got Alite, we've got Bauer, a Yipsy, as well as Eddie. C12 has been capped. by Pell-Mell. They are now moving into pipeline. They're going to discover the harvester here. My guess is this has been echoed out of base. Indeed, there is a shift next to the harvester here. So Phone making good use of that shift hive with the shift echo ability. And the aliens might be able to save this this harvester if they're quick enough. We've got a Skulk and 2 Lurks here versus these 2 LMGs. My goodness, Yipsy gets pretty low. But A2K ultimately goes down, and this this harvester can be saved. There is a Gorge here, and that will be resisted ASAP. Season decyst in a very strong position right now with 5 harvesters. Excellent map control, and 2 Marines pushing back into sub. The tunnel goes up in pipe on the harvester, and the Lurks will have a quick route back to base in order to clear that 2 Marine push. Excellent clear. So Armor 1, Weapons 1 on the field. We've got 4 Extractors for Pell-Mell, and Weapons 2 starting. It's a solid investment. They're going to need phase gates soon. We're almost at fade res. Got Bauer and Alite at 32 res each. Both strong players. It looks like the Lurks are just they're just moving through the map. They're trying to figure out where these Marines are going. Yipsy has discovered at least 2 Marines on his screen in East Junction, and these Marines are now moving into Nano. But we've got a simultaneous rotation by the alien team. Skulks are doing a lot of work. Yipsy healing up in the vent until he's ready to go. And that's 3 Marines down in Nano. And A2K goes down to 2 Lurks in East, leaving the East lane open for biting. Yipsy, Alite, and Ty will open on the Extractor in C12, and Dino will poke back into Overlook. He's going to find a Drifter here. A slippery Drifter. Drifter will make it back out through system. Pell-Mell is now down to 3 Extractors. But Yipsy almost gets taken out by these shotgunners moving through Topo. Very determined. The power node has been dropped in East Junction, but it looks like the Marines are going to stay in C12. Are we going to see a C12 gate? What's the plan here? Bauer is on the field as a fade. Dino is scouting out sub. Ooh, nice shooting by Dino. Let's find out who this player is right now. That is ASDF. I do believe. I'll have to check the team roster after this to double check, but these engagements heavily favoring the Marine team, or the alien team rather. Marines, aliens, they all look the same to me. Ooh, my goodness. Bauer gets out of that engagement at 3 HP. Bauer. Bowee. What? That was pure skill, ladies and gentlemen. And we've got the crag placed south of Nano, on the west side of the junction. The second hive has been up in pipeline for quite a while, and the three shells have just completed now. So these aliens have quite a lot of upgrades. We've got Bile Bomb on the way. Metabolize is up, obviously. Leap is up. Somehow the Extractor in C12 is still up. I don't know if that was left up intentionally to pull these Marines in. I don't think so. That Gorge was taken by surprise. But we've got a Crag and a Shift echoed into C12. It's going to help these life forms engage here. Crazy Cat takes out the Drifter without delay. We've we've got another engagement in system. A couple of Marines have just been cleared out of system waypointing. And the structures have been echoed out of C12, so not much gained by Pell-Mell in that engagement, apart from a gorge kill. Overlook has also been capped by Seasoned Decyst. They're going to be waiting on res for a third hive drop in pipe. These 3 Marines in C12 are way out of position. This gate in East Junction is open to attack. But the alien team looks like it's moving up the left side of the map. They're going to try to clear these shotgunners. Alien getting quite a bit of damage there. So the extractor in C12 has been rebuilt, and the Marines are now moving through east. It looks like they're going to be grouping to hit Nano right now. We've got 3 shotgunners. 3 shotgunners and an LMG moving towards Nano, but they're getting hit from the rear very hard, and Tayadedede, also known as ASDF, goes down. That's 1 lurk down for Seasoned Desist. Let's see if these Marines can keep this pressure up. If they can force engagements here. Nope, the alien team is moving onto the phase gate. Wiso falls back from Nano, but he's too late. That gate has gone down, and these Marines are now stranded here unless they can get the power and a phase gate up in Nano. It's a good thing for Pell-Mell that they have 4 extractors right now. That should be enough to support this engagement. The power has been primed in Nano, but the phase gate is not dropped yet. A2K moves in from the south. He's trying to clear some life forms from the rear here, but there's a Crag right next to him healing up these life forms at the same time, and that leaves Dino and Wiso alone in Nano versus 2 Fades, a Lurk, and a Gorge. They're doing a lot of damage to these Fades, however, and they finally get cleared out. The Hive has been dropped in cargo. I don't see any advancement tabs still. But the alien team is not hurting for upgrades at this point. So pulls in A2K, taking out the Harvester in Overlook real quick as Eddie moves for the power node in East Junction. Phase gate has been redropped. I'm not certain if that's East Junction power or if it's topographical power. But I don't think it matters at this point. These Marines are getting cleared out. Unbelievable. Let's bring this in-game volume up a bit. Oh, here we go. We have a gate going up in Overlook. We have a gate going up in Overlook, and the Marines are on, they were just on 5 extractors, so they have enough res to support another push. We've got a Drifter moving in from sub into Overlook, though. It's going to discover all these Marines on this gate, and the alien team is either going to have to go Marine start, or they're going to fall back to sub in order to protect the Hive, and it looks as though a call to fall back has been called, has been performed. These spurs are very exposed, but so far taking no damage. Wiso goes down next to the spurs. We've got 4 Marines now battling a bone wall. ASDF will slip behind this Marine team with a Skulk, but Yipsy goes down. That's another Lurk down for Seasoned Desist. Wiso gets cleared, and this gate is very surrounded right now. Crazy Cat phases through, but he's unable to do any damage to this alien team. As a Drifter happily builds a Harvester in C12, and Marines surrender. Game number 1 to Seasoned Desist. So pretty strong accuracies on the Marine team. Wiso trailing behind 17 with 37%. Wiso very strong player though. So I think that game came down to just really excellent rotations by the alien players. Whoops, that has to be fixed. Heyo. Really good rotations by Season Decyst, that last game. Essentially out-teching the Marines and keeping their map presence to a minimum. Although they were on 4 extractors for quite a while, that was a good job by them. Blame Bauer. Blame Bauer, that was a false start. That's the worst of the worst. Tairere is ASDF, I do believe, and Season Decyst have just lost a member. Bauer is going to reboot. I don't know if he's rebooting his PC or just NS2, but he will be back shortly. Welcome to the stream, friends and family, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. I'm doing a little experiment here. I'm clicking on Dino, and I'm hitting the first person spec button. But clearly, we're not specking Dino. Dino is a skulk. There we go. I'm just gonna have a quick look at the Season Decyst roster, make sure that ASDF is actually on that team. Tyrer. Yes, he is. So we are currently waiting on Bauer to arrive. Crazy Cat has readied for Pell-Mell. And let's take a look at some of the info from last game here. Look at the RT graph here. Very little pressure coming out of the Marine team. I think that harvester at 11 minutes and 40 seconds was probably pipeline. But yeah, Alien's able to tech like crazy. And here, looking at the kill graph, long periods of I'm looking at the Alien kills here. All these plateaus followed by stair steps, which means that the Aliens were grouping for engagements and clearing many Marines at the same time. So excellent job by Season Decyst that last round. And I just spotted a ping at this location. Not sure what that means. Nor do I know who pinged that. So I'm looking at the Season 9 caster ref sign-up sheet, and Thursday the 14th, so 2 days ago, I'm Disappointing versus Pell-Mell Division 1. That was cast by Ixion. He lives at twitch.tv/The Singing Skulk. Vanquish also recently fought Kamos. That was cast by Radiana. Twitch.tv/Hoax1991. And we've got quite a few Division 2 and 3 matches coming up tomorrow. We've got in Division 2, Potent versus Over the Pants Handjob. Also decyst versus HBZ. In Division 3, we have All-Terrain Vehicles versus Angry Chickens. And also Division 2, Ta as Friends versus Flightless Lurk. So tomorrow, very busy day for Division 2 and 3 teams. Next Sunday, not tomorrow, but in 8 days, we've got Division 2, Funny Bubblers versus Potent. So quite a few matches coming up. So apparently Bauer's having some major issues with his internet connection.
Build structure and waypoint.
I've never seen a forfeit victory. We might be witnessing history today.
Build structure and waypoint.
So what's going on, friends? Tyrer, not ASDF. Alright, so I stand corrected then. Apparently Tyrer likes to play as Golden as well, judging by his aliases. This is what happens when you don't use your official names during casts. Your name gets screwed up. Who knows what's happening with gathers? What's going on there? Are there last I heard, Chris was working on an extension of the gather page or something for higher div gathers and such. I don't know what's going on there. There's a lot of shit going down.
Build structure and waypoint.
And looking at the patch notes, UW has released a med kit change We're in a Marine gets meted for 25 health, and a subsequent 25 health during the following second. I don't know if that's gonna fly in comp mod, if that's gonna be reverted to 50 health on impact. But it looks like the development team is attempting to shake things up a bit. I thought they were going to try to simplify the game, but this adds another layer of complexity. I don't know. You let me know what you think. You guys in favor of the med pack change? Do you not care at all? We're still waiting on Bauer here. He's trying to join. So he's alive. He's alive and well. And we know he's planning on playing.
Build structure and waypoint. Build structure and waypoint.
If you need a bio break, you need to grab yourself a drink or something to eat real quick, you might as well do that right now. I think we only have a couple minutes left before Bauer shows back up. Pardon the delay. This is 100% Bauer's fault. So feel free to send angry PMs to Bauer Jenkins. Just taking another look at this results from all these games. It seems as though all Div 1 games have been 4-0s so far this season. And quite a few Div 2 games as well as Div 3. Holy cow.
Build structure and waypoint. Build structure and waypoint.
And here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Bauer now reconnecting. I hope it's Bauer, at least. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome once again. We have the exact same spawn locations as last game, but obviously the teams are in different positions. And
Build structure and waypoint.
and Marines struggling to get into the overlook vent. Looks like Eddie has finally managed. And also Marines clearing East Junction for the time being. A2K is still here, but Tiber parasited, falling back to Topo, making sure his fellow Marine doesn't get picked off. Here we go. Nano has been sisted, and there is also a gorge here. One spur on the field already. 4 Pell-Mell. Season decyst. I see the arms lab, but oh, there we go. Yeah, armor 1 is being researched. That was camouflage provided by the minimap there. I couldn't see the armor 1 icon. And it looks like a crush descending on East Junction, gorge and all. 2 skulks leading the pack. And A2K, wow, good job A2K, takes out Yipsy as he reinforces from C12. I missed that completely. Very nice, but 2 Marines now moving for the tunnel and sub. One skulk goes down, but both Marines lose their lives. Tyra will clear skylights. And Pulse is currently munching on the power in Topo, but Yipsy and Bauer, fresh spawners, are here to reinforce. Armor 1 has completed. Still only 1 spur on the field. Cargo has been sisted, and I see a drifter in motion towards cargo. Armor 2 underway at the 2-minute 25-second mark. Overlook has gone up for season decyst. They're currently on 4 extractors. Not for very long though. Actually, they will be up to 5 in just a second here. I'm not sure why these 2 skulks came back to base. I guess one of them was lurking, if not both. I think they should have taken down that extractor. And this drifter will spot A-Light moving from Dome towards cargo as the lurks rotate in from Y Junction, along with the gorge and a skulk. My goodness. Season desist up to 5 extractors right now. Oh boy. Dino. Dino. Why? Why, Dino? Why did you do that thing, Dino? 2 Marines now in sub-access. Or sub-sector. That's also a different map. Eddie and Tyrer. I get it now. Tyrer. Well played, good sir. Pipeworks? Pipeline? Friends, can we get different names for these different names for these rooms on all these maps? So pipeline currently being desisted. The extractor in C12 goes down. We've got 2 Marines on the left side of the map. 1 in pipe. And 2 in the vicinity of C12. Shotguns and Armor 2 have just completed for season desist. Pell-Mell in a very strong position, however. But it looks like they might be losing a spur soon. Oh my goodness, excellent shooting by Bauer and Tyrer. They're keeping this alien team busy. And A-Late, the first shotgun on the field, will clear a sculpt from Topo after the res node goes down. So these two Marines have gone down. A tunnel has been moved from Nano into, technically this is Dome, just south of C12. A-Late and Yipsy, both shotgunners now moving towards Pipeline, will encounter all these skulks and the lurk. Oh my goodness, Crazy Cats, Gorge goes down. Excellent biting by Dino, moving in while that shotgun was completely empty. So Season Desist now need a plan. They need a plan and they need to work together. Else these shotguns will go down. Weapons 1 has completed. Pell-Mell is sitting on 55 team res and 5 harvesters right now. It looks like they're going to drop the hive and pipeline, but these Marines are very pokey. Very pokey. A whip has been built next to the tunnel in what is technically Dome. Cargo harvester gets saved. We've got 3 Marines now building a phase gate. This I believe is all topographical power here. Yeah, East Junction does not have to be built for this. And depending on which way your phase gate is oriented, you can do quite a bit of damage to life forms who engage this gate. The Robo Factory being upgraded to Arc Factory as we speak. And a scan will go down on the Crag Whip Tunnel combo here. We might see a quick dome gate. Nope, the Marines are pushing back into C12. So it looks as though the drifter has been cleared from pipe. The Marines are now aware of the growing hive in pipeline, but they're investing pretty heavily in this push onto Nano. And here we have the first arc on the field has begun wall hacking. All of the res on the left side of the map is down. Overlook and skylights are clear for both teams. And now both teams are fighting for the gate, and Topo, oh boy, Pell-Mell had a pretty decent surround on that gate before any Marines were able to phase through, and the gate actually goes down. And I'm not sure what that was all about. Eddie is saying something about the welder tool change. Previously, when you wanted to build something, you would click E on it. Excellent shooting by Yipsy, holy cow. You would click E on the structure and you would begin building with your builder tool immediately, but now you quick switch to the welder tool if you have a welder on you, and begin building with that. So the arcs, one of the arcs has gone down. I think there was an OBS here that's gone down as well as the gate. Cease and desist now onto 2 extractors, Pell-Mell on 5 harvesters, and soon to be 3 hives. You've got a gorge and cargo. Leap is on the way. Leap, a crucial upgrade for aliens. This amazingly powerful upgrade. We've got some more biomass coming on the way. The second hive has been upgraded to Crag Hive. Pell-Mell sitting on 63 team res. And the Marines are all but broke. We've got Bauer at 25 personal res and Eddie at 28. But the other Marines are below 15. So the Marines are back up to 4 extractors right now. They were just on 2, and the arcing of Nano has just commenced once more. And it looks like a rotation towards skylights. A2K will protect Dino while he chomps on the extractor here. And Wiso leads a charge into control, but nobody follows him. I think these 2 skulks should have rotated straight to Marine start. That was their one opportunity to clear this spawner as well as the gate before anybody phased back. And Crazy Cat's just biting away at this OBS, almost uncontested. So I think that was a huge missed opportunity by Pell-Mell. All the Marines were off the gate, building Nano. And the Skulks were only biting an extractor. And skylights. So here we see a dome phase gate dropped. Large concentration of Marines in this portion of the map. And it looks like they're being followed by an arc. This arc, oh my goodness, pulls 52 health. Very low energy, able to escape with his life somehow. The east, or the topo gate has been moved into Nano. So Crazy Cat is going to have to bite down the res and topo. The alien team has to starve this Marine team of their res. They might sack a hive for map control here. They might go for a gate behind these 3 shotgunners. And it looks like indeed that's what they're doing. They might be able to clear this gate and fall back to cargo in time to save the hive. We've got a shade, a crag, and a shift here. As well as the arc. Oh boy, this is dicey. This is dicey. The gate and dome has been cleared. Can the Marines finish off this hive? 2%, there we go. Timer with the killing blow on the hive. And this arc is drunk. Still shooting at the hive that doesn't exist anymore. Sylvester taking advantage of the shift here, just continuously bile bombing at these Marines. And I don't know if he escaped into the tunnel or if he just fell into it, but either way, that was really awesome. Cease and desist starting over at square one here. They've lost both gates. So we have Bauer scouting out into system, and Marines moving through topo, still able to afford shotguns. Fortunately for them, the alien team Pell-Mell has lost the hive in cargo, but they've still got quite a few upgrades. They've got a full suite of upgrades. And actually 2 Veils on the field. And I think now the alien team needs to group up. They need to rotate. They need to hit control. They need to reverse grind the gate while these Marines are moving into nano. And here we go. And I hear an Onos. 3 Marines phase back after building the gate in nano. They're able to save control for the time being, but Dino and Crazy Cat have Onosed. I think the alien team is going to need some support structures mid-map. A good spot is right here. You can put a Crag and a Shift and a Whip there. Very powerful, allows you to hit nano and East Junction all day. And it slows down the Marines if they want to re-establish that gate and dome. Or if they just want to push a hive. It's quite a large obstacle. Here we go, armory drop on the west side of nano. These Marines want to they want to block these Onos from entering nano. These Marines are still on armor 2, weapons 1. They're grouping pretty tightly now though, so we might still see lifeforms go down here. Ooh, Dino. Nope, Dino will not get surrounded. These Marines are going to fall back to the gate. I want to make sure the Fades don't get us around on the gate, and Dino being very cautious now. Very wise move of him to divest from that armory. As Crazy Cat and Wiso harass control. So Seasoned Decyst doing an excellent job right now of holding their territory despite this this very large alien advantage. But it looks like this might be over soon.
Command station under attack.
Excellent game. Excellent game. Why so 10-0? Beautiful KDRs for the alien team. Crazy Cat and Dino in quite the lead with structure damage, 29,028.
I need some ammo over here.
And very strong accuracies at the top here. Yipsy, Bauer, and Alite.
Hey, I need some ammo over here.
And there you have it. If you let the aliens get res, it's pretty much game over. Holy cow. What happened at 9 minutes? Was that the Fades? Fades on the field? That's like 10 kills in a row. That's craziness. I want to say it was the phase gate and topo, but I'm not sure. Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, and unfortunately the Marines got really out-teched. It would have been interesting had they had weapons 2 or 3. We would have seen some more lifeform kills, and Pell-Mell would have had to work a lot harder to win that game. So I have no idea. Oh, we're playing Biodome. Now I have an idea of which map we're playing next. It's time to sign a birthday card. Looks like we might be switching servers here in a sec. Oh, no. Apparently not. We're going straight into it. My little sister. It was her birthday 2 days ago, and we're all signing the birthday card now. Terrible family, absolutely terrible. My goodness. I'm very proud of my little sister. Recently graduated from school. She's got a good job now. She hates it, but that's what life is all about. She's making more money than her big brother. Very proud of her. Currently waiting on both teams to ready. Currently waiting for Pell-Mell to ready. Both teams strategizing. Early game meta. It usually entails a crush on seeding. But we'll see which way Cease and Desist goes with its assist chain, if they want to grab a gorge or not. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now watching Eddie gorge, and Alite is keeping him company. He's going to be waiting for babblers. We've got a 2-2 split for Pell-Mell, and one Marine staying in base to build the arms lab as well as an extra IP. So upgrades will be delayed, but the arms lab will already be built. So both naturals are up for Pell-Mell. Canopy and seating have been built. We've got one Skulk Tyrer awaiting in bioreactors. He might try to go base in just a moment here. And actually, I see 6 Marines on the field. 6 Marines on the field, no commander for the time being. Very nice. I like it. 2 Marines have landed up in Agri Labs, but there is no harvester here. The sys chain has extended west into filtration, and a tunnel has been erected on the harvester, or the res node and platform. And I think Sylvester and Wyso will soon be saying their prayers, but not before they clear another Skulk. And a lot of pressure going on here. Filtration getting decysted. There's one more cyst here. But it looks like Cease and Desist will be able to save this harvester. Excellent medding by Sylvester, that engagement. Armor 1 now starting for Pell-Mell, as the alien team rotates about, looking for targets. Excellent shooting by Wyso. Tyra moving in on the reload, but Wyso whips the pistol out and puts an end to Tyra. Dino will clear Yipsy from Canopy, and these Marines are about to be on 4 extractors versus Cease and Desist's 3 harvesters. Shift Hive evolving right now as Crazy Cat and Wyso move up into Agri once again. Still unsisted. Still unsisted. The alien team is banking on the west side of the map entirely right now. Surely until some kind of opening, when the res investment of cysts going east is deemed an acceptable risk, and a medpack landing in the vent above Crazy Cat. I believe that was Crazy Cat. So setting up a trap, infiltration. Able to put quite a few bullets into Tyra, but not able to finish the job. False power is now going up. Dino building that, and the hive has been dropped in platform. A2K has certainly heard this hive, but I don't know if we're going to see a rotation here towards platform, or if these Marines are going to continue laning. My frames per second. Oh god, it hurts. So that was good positioning by Pulse, except he got found. And Bauer will be able to move on into Hydro and begin biting the extractor there, as the 2 lurks duke it out in Bamboo Pass. Oh, Yipsy gets taken out by Crazy Cat, staying in just a moment too long. Slight overextension by the lurk there, costing him his life. There are no second chances in NS2. Except for every time you respawn. Phone wants this power down in Hydro. I think he wants to prevent phase gates there. Marines are currently on Armor 1, Weapons 1. Shotguns have been researched. And Phase Tech is on the way. We've got 2 spurs on the field for Cease and Desist. And A2K and Crazy Cat knocking on the door at platform. I don't know to what effect Tyra will not be baited down there. So Cease and Desist is now working. It looks like on all the harvesters they can get their teeth on. Marines are down to 4 extractors. Cease and Desist still on 3 harvesters, but we have cysts extending into Agri-Labs right now. As Paul begins rebuilding the power node here, he has no welder, however. This is going to take him a while. Is Bauer gonna go back in? We've missed an engagement in Bamboo Pass, but this is far more interesting. Rest assured. So seeding extractor goes down. A phase gate has been built in Agri. And Bauer Bauer finally has some backup here. Phone arrives from the south, and this Marine will finally be cleared from Hydro. Marine's down to 3 extractors now. 3 extractors, and aliens will be able to afford upgrades. They're at 43 teamers right now. So slow, steady income is enough for aliens. They don't need much to keep going. And here we have it. We have Leap, Metabolize, and Crag Hive being evolved. So Bauer causing extreme delays in Hydro. Gets melted by Dino. Holy cow, on his way back to the Hive and Atmo. No upgrades here. All the upgrades have been stockpiled on this tunnel. In platform. Pell-Mell is now on Weapons 2, Armor 1. We've got a large rotation of aliens now heading through Canopy into Reception. And no beacon yet. Marines are phasing back from Agri, but the gate is extremely low. And the gate does go down.
Under attack.
Oof. That was close. The Marines will be able to save the gate in Agri, and they're on 6 extractors right now. Filtration had gone down. Yes, it had. The Harvester was echoed out of platform to cover that. So C's still on 2 Harvesters. Armor 2 starting right now. This Marine team is being very aggressive right now and teching up simultaneously. The entire alien team is here to defend this Hive, which I think is a good call. Crazy Cat might lose a shotgun in this retreat, or the Marine team might be able to bait these life forms sufficiently to cause deaths here. No, they're gonna wait for some more tech. I don't think they want to engage the Fades and the Lurks without Armor 2 yet. And the scan will go down, providing valuable information about alien positioning. And it looks like one Skulk has taken out the extractor in Canopy and moved on to Falls. These Fades do not have their upgrades yet. Fades do not have celerity, so they're pretty sluggish. The Marines might be able to get a lifeform kill here. And A-Light goes down on the Hive in Atmo. But one Marine has fallen. And there we go. I think that was 3 shotguns. 3 shotguns traded for Fade. That might pay off, but the Marines have to rebuild. They have to rebuild the Resnos. They're down to 4. They'll be down to 3 soon if Yipsy can clear this extractor. And we have a cyst chain extending into Canopy. So that can be deadly, allowing the alien team an extra res node. Undetected. Here we go. Crazy Cat moving into Canopy. We'll spot the Harvester here. Beautiful shooting by Wiso. So here we have it. Armor 2 is complete. And the Advanced Armory has just finished upgrading. Proto Lab has been dropped. Pell-Mell sitting on 4 extractors right now. But 2 Marines and Falls are split. And a shotgun will be lost on the north side. Wiso not wasting any time in finishing the building of this extractor. Oh yeah, dipping down to 41 frames a second and Falls. Excellent scan by Sylvester, allowing Wiso to rotate into seating even though he's parasited. That's a really big deal at this point of the game. Jetpacks started research just about 12 minutes into this game. And Crazy Cat moves back into Canopy with a shotgun to finish off this Harvester as Eddie puts a clog wall up between Canopy and Bamboo Pass. And Dino putting a couple rounds into the Hive. He's trying to cause a commotion here. He wants to make lifeforms fall back to Atmo for the time being. It may contain the aliens to their portion of the map. And indeed, it looks like that push into Atmo was enough to pull aliens to the north side of the map. I think right now they should be moving through Falls, getting behind these Marines and attacking their res nodes, because they know it's coming. They know the attack on the Hive is coming. Oh, here we go. We've got a Lurk and a Gorge. Moving behind the gate in Agri. Oh, Eddie goes down. Eddie goes down to Wiso's shotgun and Agri. That gate is safe for the time being. Pell-Mell still on 5 extractors. Jetpacks have been researched. Indeed, Pulls on the field with the jetpack as well as A2K and Wiso. 3 jetpack shotgunners. This is nothing to sneeze at. The Robo has been dropped. In Agri Labs, it is currently being upgraded to an Arc Factory. And Phone doing everything he can to deter this push. Being the only Gorge on the field right now, I believe. This Lurk and this Fade are very quick. Very quick drawing fire from all the Marines here. The Crag is still up next to the Hive. That was bonewalled by Phone just a few moments ago, and that bonewall was enough to save the Crag from all these shotgunners. So it looks like Pell-Mell might wait for arcs to push the Hive in Atmo. Another possibility is a phase back to reception and a jetpack push into platform. A surprise hive push, if you will. Cysts extending once again into canopy. And Eddie's gonna go for that extractor as Crazy Cat battles Yipsy and Bauer and falls. Look at Yipsy go. 2 jetpackers down. The extractor and canopy has been destroyed as well. Pell-Mell is still in a very good position though. They're on 5 extractors. They're a bit low on personal res at this point. I'm worried about them losing their jetpacks before they can make full use of them during a hive push. Oh, Yipsy. Unbelievable. We've got one arc. We've got Crazy Cat with a grenade launcher and a fade and a skulk rotating back into Atmo. Dino's gonna have to protect Crazy Cat here. Crazy Cat gets dropped instantly. And there we go. A couple more jetpacks down. And it looks like Pell-Mell has saved the gate for the time being, but they're going to lose several arcs. That looks like 4 arcs just went down to Phone's Biling. That looked like it was very fun. There's very little as satisfying as being able to bile 4 arcs completely uncontested and taking them all down. This gate is a liability. It's a huge liability. We've got HMGs researching. We're now almost 18 minutes into game number 3. Both teams are tied at 1. This is ENSL.org Season 9 Division 1 Pell-Mell versus Season Decyst. And it looked like Pell-Mell had this game in the bag, but their personal res has been dwindling ever since jetpacks were researched. Very little accomplished with these jetpacks so far, and a large investment in arcs just a few moments ago that did not pay off whatsoever. And in fact, these arcs are now being pulled back as well. I think I do think once in a while, I think hand grenades would be very useful right here. I think hand grenades should have been researched quite a while ago, especially with jetpacks. So here we have it. We have the aliens grouping once again. They're now able to perform rotations with these very quick, very deadly life forms. But my goodness, Yipsy gets taken out by Crazy Cat. at the Falls Agri-Lab junction. Whoa, Tyra, 32 health, able to escape through the vent to Falls. Infestation spreading through Bamboo Pass into Canopy, into Seeding, and actually all the way into Hydro. These Marines are paying dearly for their phase gate positioning, and the reticence of Sylvester to push with the arcs. They're holding on to basically base and Agri right now, but they're letting the alien team cyst right past them. And actually, I don't know if this Mac will be able to finish this extractor by the time the alien team shows up. But now we finally have a good push up into Atmo. Oh, nice. Wyso takes out Tyrer. And 4 arcs doing a lot of work on this hive. Yep. That's it. You pull the aliens back. Phone slips through with his gorge and does quite a lot of bile damage, but these arcs are going to survive. This hive will go down in Atmo.
Command station under attack.
And the arcs continue shooting at the PvE in Atmo. And I believe that was the shift hive, so all of this is doomed to die. Got the whip, the crag, the shift, the harvester, all of this is going down. I'm not sure if the Marine team was able to hear the hive drop in Falls, but they still have a couple minutes regardless to clear the rest of the map, and they're leaving this tunnel up in Atmo. I'm not sure what their plan of attack is here. It looks like they're rotating through Agri. Pulse will get parasited by Yipsy. Thankfully, Pulse has a jetpack, however, and the hive gets scanned in Falls. It is now a mathematical certainty that Pell-Mell knows this hive is here, and the Drifter goes down, severely delaying the building of this hive. As the Fades rotate back into Falls to defend, Phone continues building the hive with his gorge. Season Decyst unable to save the hive and Falls due to the phase gate positioning in Agri Labs. Holy cow, Canopy has been decysted. Well, it will be saved. And it looks like the Mac was able to complete the extractor in Hydro. Hero Mac MVP.
Command station taking damage.
And the Marines are now clearing PvE in Falls as the arcs sit in Agri. Whoa! Power very low in reception. Phone, Eddie, and Yipsy were able to do a nice push on the power in reception, but the beacon will save Pell-Mell for the time being. Pell-Mell down to 2 extractors right now. This, wow. This game could go either way. Season Desist is sitting on 84 team res. But they've only got 3 biomass right now, so their life forms are very vulnerable. I think the arcs have to push right now. We've got a phase gate being erected in Falls. This will prevent systing through mid-map. But an engagement in Agri Labs, this gate might get surrounded. Crazy Cat and Dino phase through immediately after building Falls. Oh boy. Ooh, already takes a meat shot. And we've got a lot of PvE here. It's very vulnerable right now. And the Marines will hear the Drifter building. Oh, they need to build res, however. Holy cow, they have no res. So many engagements going on here. Here we go. Wyso gets behind the gorge. This is excellent positioning of this PvE in Falls. Very nice. Very nice. And now the arcs are moving. That looks like 5 arcs at first glance. A2K is on res duty. Yipsy on counter res duty. And both teams now vying for control of Falls. The power has just gone down. And the arcs are still sitting in Agri. Wyso giving chase to Yipsy. And Yipsy rotating through bridge. He's going to go through the vent from Agri into Atmo. No, he's going for the gate. Excellent move. As the Fades lay waste to the Marines and Falls, it's several shotguns down. And we have an Onos on the field now. This might be the game changer. Alite is on the field as an Onos. Marines streaming through the phase gate, but look at all this. My goodness. I was going to say, look at all this biomass. And the arcs now open to attack. Phone once again able to bile all these arcs. I am so jealous. I'm so jealous. I just want to see all those numbers pop up on my screen. That's why I play this game. So I can bile arcs. And we see the cyst chain extending once again back into Atmo. We've got a tunnel erected on the PvE and Falls. A harvester building infiltration. Looks as though Yipsy has just taken out the extractor in Hydro. And Phone is still chasing down the arcs on the northeast side of the map. And he's just finished biling the last one. And he's now moving up through Agri into Atmo to build this the second hive. So now, how do Pell-Mell counter this? What are they going to do? Are they going to build the right side of the map? Are they going to try to establish a phase gate in Agri once again? This OBS positioning is fortunate in that I believe it allows for detection into bioreactors. I'm not sure. I usually put it a bit higher up. No, bridge gate gets built, but the power is still down. Oh, and the aliens are able to mop up the Marines and finish off this gate. This is not looking good for Pell-Mell. The second hive has been rebuilt, and Marines surrender. Game number 3 to cease and desist. Yeah, the Marines topped out at 6 harvesters, or 6 extractors, excuse me. But then they teched into jetpacks and lost all the jetpacks. They split push. It wasn't a split push. It was a 2x2 push into Atmo. Before the arcs. I think that cost them the game. I think they got antsy and they pushed before they were ready. They also lost jetpacks all over the map, engaging fades and lurks. So very tight kill graph, several reversals, but ultimately aliens taking the lead. Just want to take a look at these accuracies. A2K in the lead at 27%. Yipsy and Phone and Alate with quite a bit of structure damage. I believe arc damage counts towards structure damage. What a game. Yeah, I think the Marines had the tech they needed, but they squandered it by not using it all concurrently. And by that I mean they had the tech at their disposal, but their pushes were not coordinated. Marines went in first, and then the arcs went in. The arcs got biled. The jetpacks were lost. I really think that hand grenades would have been extremely powerful for the agri Atmo push. This right here is where you want to engage aliens. These two hallways are crucial lifeform picking hallways. Lifeforms come in, they get body blocked, and then they die. And we saw Fade go down right here, I believe. But if you're moving up from Agri and you're able to chuck nerve gas grenades in these areas, the aliens will not want to counter, or it'll be a lot harder for them to counter a push. Pulse grenades are good. All grenades are good. All grenades are good. But they have to be used. They have to be used for them to be good. That's the cabooble strat of the day. It was really interesting to see Admiral go down and then Falls go down. I think another crucial misstep for Pell-Mell that game was leaving the arcs in Agri. I think the arcs, as soon as Atmo went down, I think the arcs should have moved out through Filt. I think maybe establishing a phase gate either in Filtration or in West Route somewhere. And then pushing the hive. There was only one hive remaining, apart from Falls. But I think it's kind of difficult, but I think that sometimes letting a hive grow and pushing the extant hive, especially if it's the last, it won't be the last remaining hive, but if it's the last hive that is built on the field, might be the better call than going for the hive that is currently building. If you can do a timed push and you have enough coordination, I think sometimes that might be the best play. That's really up to the commander though, and it can go either way. But yeah, I think the arc should have been used more diligently, and I think the jetpacks should have stayed together. All in all, though, that was a really good game. That was a 28-minute, 49-second game, and it's really nice to see that in Div 1. Season Desist have 14 minutes to ready before forfeiting the game. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the final round between Cease and Desist and Pell-Mell on NS2 Biodome. Cease and Desist currently up 2 points to 1 in this series. This is ANSL.org Season 9 Division 1. And I'm proud to bring you this series. I'm very happy you've joined me today. I hope you're enjoying. We've got Armor 1 starting for Cease and Desist, and Pulse goes down in Bamboo Pass. But we've got 2 Marines parasited here. And Yipsy will get ambushed, but Bauer continues onward. Or not. Dino, the lone survivor of that engagement. Tyra and Eddie now trying to set up a trap. Successfully so. We've got infestation spreading through filtration where a harvester has already been built. And Crazy Cat has found his place and platform. That'll put Pell-Mell up to 3 harvesters. Eddie and Tyra now pressuring filtration, but Tyra goes down. And good night, sweet prince. Eddie goes down to 4 skulks in filtration. Excellent rotation. However, nice trap set by A-Light. A-Light is now alone in platform with a gorge. And he has just pushed the gorge north. And he's begun decysting the harvester here. But it looks like he might be able to trap Pulse in Bamboo Pass. Indeed, Pulse caught between a rock and a hard place. Cease and Desist is now on 4 extractors. And Pell-Mell is doing everything they can to hold on to platform for the time being. Successfully so. Weapons 1 has just completed. 2 minutes and 50 seconds into this game. Number 4. And the Marine team has capped a large portion of the map. They're going to be up to 6 extractors in just a moment. Oh my goodness! Bauer managed to pick a lurk egg. Dino has lost his lurk before it even hatched. Shotguns and Phasek now coming up simultaneously. We've got a couple of skulks that have slipped past the Marine front lines into seeding and hydro. 2 more Marines pushing bamboo. They will get cleared. And the Marine team might find themselves down to just a few extractors in just a moment. But they have been teching up pretty seriously. And the alien team is now going for the power and falls. They're going to try to prevent phase gates from being dropped. We've got Armor 2 researching now. Very quick upgrades for Cease and Desist. Aliens on 3 spurs. And Dino has managed to find his way into reception, pulling Bauer back from seating for the time being, and keeping the commander out of the chair for just a moment. Beautiful, beautiful. Armor 2 has just completed. We've got 48 team res in the bank for Pell-Mell. But it looks like they're going for biomass and metabolize before the second hive. Oh, and this poor drifter. Poor drifter following orders. Phase gate has been erected and falls. That's a pretty novel position for the phase gate. I don't know, that's kind of dicey though. It offers a lot of cover to aliens. They can hide right here or back here. Duck. Oh my goodness. Did an IP go down? I was very distracted there. Very distracted by the phase gate placement and falls. We had quite a large rotation of aliens into reception, it looks like. And a lurk lost its wings in that push. Pell-Mell now feeling the sting of these shotguns. Alright, good clear in Agri. You might be fast, but you can't outrun shotgun shells. And holy cow. Hive drop and plat. We've got Bauer and Eddie, who've just cleared filtration, now moving into platform, and they're opening on the crag and the tunnel. Crag will go down as the drifter begins building the hive. This is such craziness. Excellent call. Excellent call. And the drifter will go down in platform. Can Pell-Mell do it? Can they clear this marine? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Crazy Cat arrives to resume building the hive here. Looks like he's going to establish his tunnel once again. And we've got a phase gate positioned in canopy. And this is to allow the marines to move straight into platform. Phone wants this hive down ASAP. He's going to throw everything he has at it. Pulse is on the field as a fade, however. And these marines are going to back out for the time being. They're going to let this hive go up. Are they going to go for another phase gate and falls? Perhaps Agri?
Our hive is under attack.
Somehow Crazy Cat survives that engagement. He's able to slip down the the slope in Agri towards west route. We have 2 Marines now building the power infiltration. And it looks like they're waiting for Rest to drop a phase gate here, but A2K is going to scout them out. And there's nowhere to run for Crazy Cat that time. He will go down in Bamboo Pass. But it looks like Wiso has been doing quite a bit of res damage to Season Decyst. The extractor has been established. Infiltration. But Dino is here to bite it with his lurk if he so desires. That looks like a phase gate. It is. Tyrer is falling back here. He's pulling these fades back to his fellow Marines as they reinforce from Canopy. And another gate has been redropped and falls. Season Desist really want to hold this middle room in the map. They want to be able to hit the alien naturals, and they want to slow movement through falls to their own naturals if they can. And it looks like Pell-Mell is just going for its own naturals. Leap has been researched since the second hive went up. Ooh, and A2K loses his fade, I believe, to Tyrer and falls. That's a huge blow to Pell-Mell at this point. I don't know why that fade was engaging. And here we go, hand grenades on the way. We're Season Desist. Whoa! Dino goes down to Yipsy's shotgun and falls. That's 2 life forms down in about a minute. This is huge. Where did the hand grenades go? What's going on here? I saw hand grenades researching. I think I was being trolled. So we've got 4 phase gates on the field, 4 Season Desist. They're kind of playing musical phase gates right now. So they have backup gates, to say the least. Oh, Pauls loses his fade. He took a pretty decent shot on his way in from Agri. And Eddie's just blowing everything up with his GL right now. There we go, hand grenades are on the field. It looks like Eddie's going for the tunnel and the upgrades in the top right of the room. Wiso harassing with his lurk spikes. This shift needs to echo these upgrades out immediately. Those upgrades are a huge deal right now. That tunnel's getting very low as well. Oh, Wiso. I don't know if he ran out of energy there, but it looks like he stopped for just a split second. Both lurks down. Sylvester goes down as well. Cease and desist now, just powering through with all these weapons. But it looks like they might get surrounded here. Crazy Cat just being a boss with his fade. He's got a crag and a shift set up right next to the hive. So he's got a lot of health and a lot of energy. That bone wall almost trapped him, however. Ooh, Crazy Cat very low. The Marine team will get mopped up. And it looks like there is a spur still on the field. Wow. Wow. What a play. Alright, Pell-Mell needs to keep its cool. It needs to get on back res. It needs parasites. And the fades, the lifeforms cannot split again. We saw a fade death, or we missed a fade death in falls earlier. That should not have happened. Leap is still up. Yeah, Crazy Cat has to play it very safe. He's pretty much the last line of defense. He was pretty much the last line of defense for this hive in Atmo. And now that he's gone, it's going to be a lot easier for the Marine team to move in.
Our hive is under attack.
And here we go, Pell-Mell now spawning eggs in Atmo. One Marine will go down. Eddie falls back away from the safety of his fellow Marines. He gets taken out by a skulk. Bauer seemingly with infinite shells in his shotgun. I want that hack, please. Crazy Cat is furious. He wants blood. He's the angry skulk. Ooh, and that shotgun recycled just before expiring. Cease and desist, struggling to accumulate res right now. They're going to be on 4 extractors very soon, which will allow them to push back to a hive. But Pell-Mell is still taking up. We've got Umbra coming up for Lurks. A2K at 24 res. Dino at 21. Pulls at 24. My guess is we're going to see some fades on the field once again. Once Pell-Mell can afford them. If they get to that point. The Marines are just holding Agri right now. They want to prevent these skulks from slipping past them. There's no obs in base, however. And no phase gate in Agri. These skulks they're trying to slip through. Or they were. Crazy Cat, are you going to gorge? Is Crazy Cat gonna gorge? I would pay money to see that. I don't think he has a tunnel anywhere though. So I'm not sure when, but Pell-Mell acquired a harvester in Canopy, but that's going down. And advancement tab now started. So Pell-Mell finally taking the time to upgrade. Yeah, here we go. We've got a tunnel. We've got a tunnel set up in Marine Start, but there's this fresh spawner here, Crazy Cat. I am 1000% certain you've been detected already. Oh my goodness, Eddie just leaves reception through the phase gate to falls, never to be seen again. We've got 4 Marines now. 4 Marines. Are you just gonna bile, Crazy? Is that what you're gonna do? You're gonna bile? I don't see any
Our hive is under attack.
Yeah, we've got a tunnel established between platform and reception. And all the aliens. All the aliens moving in. We've got a lurk down. Dino goes down. The alien team just got cleaned out there. They were just a few seconds late. And Yipsy will discover the tunnel in reception. As Sylvester chomps on the phase gate in Agri, he will be rejoined by Pulse. Will they be able to finish 3%? One more bite, one more bite. Come on, come on, come on. Oh my goodness. So low. So low. Holy. Oh, these shotgunners. All the shotgunners. Holy cow. Oh no, another lurk down. I think Weiso got a little ahead of himself. The aliens felt like they were on a roll there. They wanted to keep going for phase gates, but unfortunately Fresh Spawner is able to outmaneuver them through space-time. Amazingly, the Harvester is still up in Atmo. So Pell-Mell keeping its cool. They're now back onto extractor duty. Season Decyst is down to 2 extractors. We've got a Harvester being built in Canopy right now. And 64 team res for Pell-Mell. The alien team is gonna need a second hive. They need a second hive again. Oh, Bauer with that pistol. So now the question is, are they gonna drop Falls? Are they gonna drop Atmo? Are they gonna drop both simultaneously? Are they going to drop Hydro? Marines are out of position right now. A lot of Marines on the map, but nobody on the gate in Agri. Tyra falling back from Atmo. I think A2K disengaged a little prematurely there. I'm pretty certain they could have had that phase gate. But, yeah. Fades are not going to be taking any chances with their lives. Very nice. Very nice. That's exactly what Pell-Mell needs to do right now. They need to stay on this res. They need to keep hitting gates. We're going to see another tunnel going up in Hydro. And probably a hive. I think maybe a distraction hive, starting with Atmo. Make a lot of noise, pull the Marines north. And then drop the hive in Hydro when nobody's around to hear it. Actually, right now would be the perfect time. Yeah, we've got a hive building here. Is there a shift on that tunnel? Is there a drifter building? Why is the tunnel not finished? What's going on here? I'm confused. I'm confused and I don't know where I am. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we've got Bauer. No, he's just guarding the gate for now. Alright, so the aliens clearing res. Drop the hive now. Drop the hive in Atmo right now. Do it. Do it, Sylvester. You know you want to. Drop the hive. Season desist is on 6 extractors right now. You're gonna need an extra hive. You gotta let them think they're winning. Ooh. Both fades pretty low. Moving back to platform to heal. Prototype lab has completed. 26 minutes and 17 seconds into this game, the proto lab is up. The second hive has been reestablished. Leap is back online, and the hive has just been scanned in Hydro. Marine Commander is now pooping his pants a little, but so is Pulse. Holy cow! Looks like he was very close to dying. And a lot of PvE being dropped here. Some might say too much. That is a lot of whips. That is a lot of whips. I think the aliens should be using this tunnel and hitting the res and seeding at least. But there we go. We got one skulk moving through the tunnel right now. Jetpack's 50% complete. This is going to get very hairy. These Marines are still on Armor 2 weapons too. Where's the biomass? Where's the biomass, bruh? You dropped too many whips. You can't afford biomass now. Agri gets cleared. The phase gate goes down. Excellent move by Pell-Mell. Oh, my frame rate. So the alien team now wants to clear the power in Agri. If they can clear the power in Agri, they'll be able to reestablish res there. A2K has to be very careful. Jetpacks are now up. And advanced Batap is not. Alright, some Marines now definitely want to recap Agri. I'd say syst into Canopy right now. Maybe syst the power and falls. On 3 harvesters. These skulks are going to power down this RT. And the Marines will... what? They're going to go build Atmo soon. They need more res. They also need to deny Atmo. Ooh, a scan goes down, and the Marines are moving in. These whips are not going to deter a jetpacker whatsoever. The grenade launcher, I mean. Yeah, these whips need to be moving. Marines are now, they all have their back to the corner in Hydro. They're unloading on the hive. They're letting the lifeforms come in. Looks like they're backing out. The aliens are setting up a pinch on these jetpackers here. They're all welding right now. Now's your chance, guys. Mr. Chance. Crazy Cat's trying to get some biles off before he dies. The Marines are now rotating back to the phase gate and Agri. Pulse getting very low. He's going to phase back to the hive. Whips you want to place in high traffic areas. If you know that Marines are going to be moving into the room here, you need to put whips where they're going to be standing or where they're going to be moving through. And if you suspect they're going to be landing up in one central area, you want to have at least one whip there. A2K! Oh my goodness, 62 health. So Wiso and Crazy Cat are now on res duty. Cease and desist will soon be down to 2 extractors, and they're pushing. They're pushing hard. They want to finish off this hive. They need to finish off this hive. A lot of grenades going down. Everything's on fire. And Sylvester cowering behind the hive. You need to be biling. Keep biling. These Marines have 0 armor. The Fades are moving in for 1 swipe at a time. And it looks like they're actually going to successfully push this Marine team back for the time being. Can they clear out these jetpackers? Wiso giving chase. Excellent kills. Holy cow. And the gate is now open to attack. Oh boy, a lot of Marines phasing back with shotguns and jetpacks. They're going to make another push into this hive, and it is still only at 53% health. Nope, 1 Marine heading up into Atmo. We've got Bauer on recap duty and giving chase to Crazy Cat. And Dino is now scouting out reception. 3 Spurs on the field once again for Pell-Mell. And Bauer will lose his jetpack and falls. Yipsy might be able to pinch A2K here. Wiso swoops in for the kill. Beautiful biting by Wiso. Holy cow. Dino, Dino, look at him go. Dino almost able to finish off a jetpacker in reception. And Sylvester on the gate and Agri. The gate will go down. Cease and desist is on 2 extractors right now. 3 more Marines can afford jetpacks. But Pell-Mell now has a large portion of this map, as well as a lot of res in the bank, and a lot of income. I'm surprised I don't see a 3rd hive being dropped right now. Beautiful work by Dino. Here we go. The 3rd hive now has been dropped in atmosphere exchange, as Yipsy and Bauer will make their way to bamboo from canopy, but they're going to come face to face with Pulse and Wiso. Wiso 25 health, ducking into the vent. Will make it out today. Unbelievable. Unbelievable engagement. That's a huge blow to cease and desist. The 3rd hive has been built. We've got spores researching. And these are ranged spores. These are not vanilla spores. These are extra annoying spores. Marines are now moving back to their naturals, but they're not grouping, I think, sufficiently to handle these life forms. Now that they're not buying jetpacks or shotguns anymore, They're kind of naked here. Tyra just doesn't give any friends. Oh my. And there you have it. Phone calls GG. Season Decyst and Pell-Mell tied 2-2. What an amazing series. Let's take a look at these accuracies real quick. That was a long game. 35 minutes and 59 seconds. We could round it up, but we won't. Yipsy in the lead. Player damage, that's a lot of player damage. 11,360. YSO in the lead. Structure damage, 53,000. Crazy Cat, A2K, and Dino nearly tied from 37, let's call it, to 33, let's call it. So everybody pulling their own weight. That was a great match. That was really, really something else. So there you have it. That's the first Div 1 match. The first Div 1 game I've cast this season that hasn't ended in a 4-0. So I am very happy right now. Excellent job by both teams. We didn't see an Onos that last game, did we? There were no Onos on the field. There you have it, ladies and gents. That's what NS2 is supposed to look like. This is really messy. Let's take a look at the tech log here. Armor 1, weapons 1, followed by shotguns, phase tech, then armor 2, weapons 2. Yeah, Season Desist was constantly having to rebuild res. Constantly. So excellent biting by Pell-Mell that last game. Hand grenades research, but they weren't as clutch as I was hoping they would be. Three spurs leap, and then 2 spurs died. Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. I kind of want to rewatch that. Ladies and gents, make sure you've liked and subscribed. You're very welcome, Mr. or Miss Hartwig. It's always my pleasure. I'll see you all soon.